Hey guys, what's going on? Gaming to the Maximus here. I've been meaning to make this video for a hot minute now, so I'm gonna be coming at you. We're coming at you with this Ivern guide. We're gonna start off getting right into the mix with the Airy page. Obviously, since it's called the Airy page, you're gonna be taking Airy. Just adding that little bit of extra shielding. Gonna be good for you, for your team, increase your damage, everything like that. Sliding right down, we got the Nullifying Orb, real good, just better than Mana Flow Ban and Nimbus Cloak, honestly. That's really why you're taking it, it's just better than the other two options. Now, going into this third tree with Transcendence, you can take Celerity if you want the extra movement speed from Water Walking, stuff like that, you can go for it. I prefer to go with Transcendence, so in case you're behind, you can hit that 40% CDR real quick, real fast. With no delays. If maybe you're just stuck on Redemption and Grail, kind of struggling to get that Ardent, that'll really help you out. You'll have your 5% from your secondaries, but as well as this at level 10, you'll have a total of 15 just with these two, and then throwing this in the mix, you're going to be somewhere around 20. So by the time you do get Grail and Redemption, you're sitting at a cool 40. Plus, once you start getting over that cap, which you will, more AP for you. Your shields are bigger, stronger, everything like that. Moving right down again, another kind of case of just this is the best option. Gathering Storm, not really that great for Ivern. Scorch, also not that great. So really go with that Water Walking as, the only real option. Moving over to that secondary tree, like I said, Det, 5% CDR. They're just your go-to. I mean, you could go Revitalize, maybe with some Resolve, something like that, but honestly, this is your best bet. The Det just enables you as Ivern to get those support items quicker, which is what you need, and it makes it so you're a useful champion. You're not going to be sitting there trying to clear camps. You're much slower at clearing than other champions, so you really need to get ahead, and to do that, you need Det. So I'm going to go with that. Moving down here, these are always going to be the same, obviously, taking these resistances where it is needed, more AP, double MR, more AD, double armor, and always taking that CDR. Again, you're going to start the game with 6% CDR, getting blue, you're going to get 16%, so it's going to be nice. Going on to my favorite Ivern page, the Guardian page. I love Guardian, it's got a bit longer cooldown than Airy, but it just will save your teammates. Easy as that. You come in for a counter gank, you throw a shield on someone, they get 400 from a shield. That's just turning a gank right on its head. So I really appreciate the Guardian. Airy, again, more spammable, but I just prefer it this way. And I also prefer this Revitalize. Shield's doing more, and then when people are lower, doing even more. It's kind of crazy. The two in between here, kind of up to you. I personally like to take Shield Bash when there's an aggressive jungler. Usually it's always an aggressive jungler. Whenever someone sees an Ivern, they think, oh, perfect time to invade, so I like to take this for the resistances. That being said, if you feel like you're going to be safer, maybe later game you're worried about your carries dying, this will be the one for you. That shield applies that mark to everyone who's impaired, and boom, they start healing from your life. Same thing for this down here again. I like to take the more conservative, a little more scared early game page. But again, if you're feeling like later game, I'm going to need more health resistances, you can grab this. +8/+8 for armor and MR. Real nice. And then boost it 5%. That's real good too. But again, if I'm getting invaded and I'm getting hit, I want to regen some of that health. I'm not worried about 10-minute invades. I'm worried about 2, 3, 4-minute invades. So I like to take this. Again, up to you, up to who you're against, but this is just my personal choice. A little more defensive side, and then obviously these two coming in super clutch. Your secondary is gonna stay the same, all the same here. Again, it's more about a personal choice whether you want to take Airy or Guardian. If you want to have that Airy doing a little bit extra damage, maybe on your auto attacks, shields, whatever, that's fine. If you want to be a strictly more defensive Ivern, peeling, saving teammates, counter ganking, maybe Guardian's for you. Moving right on to the item set. Obviously, you can't play the game without items, so you gotta know what you gotta build. I like to start with the old talisman here, right into the red pot, and then a control ward instead of going for 2 more pots. Now the reason for this is people like to invade Ivern. They like to look to steal his blue. They think that Ivern is going to invade, steal their buffs. Wrong. You're just going to worry about your own jungle. We'll show you all that in the pathing. But again, you're going to be taking that red ward. Reason being is you're going to regen a lot from 1 of your buffs, but 2, once you start picking up your first back items. So obviously, as you can see here, it's going to look something like this. Now you can throw in a few control wards in here too if your back doesn't have enough gold for, say, 2 of these or something, maybe just 1 and then a control ward. So sprinkling in a little bit of the old control wards into this buy when you first back, but you're always going to want your boots mobility. Now you might be thinking, well, if I just clear my jungle and back, I'm not going to have that much gold. Remember, you're taking debt, so you're going to have definitely enough money for boots. Maybe you just have enough for a fairy charm and a couple of pink wards, maybe a couple of fairy charms and a pink ward. Whatever you can afford. You always want to pick up at least 1 pink ward, switch it around. I personally like to ward my blue with it, which again, I'll show you in the pathing, but I like to ward my blue with it because enemy junglers, they like to do their red, slide right over your blue, and see if they can get something. Not exactly what you want, but again, there's a great way to play against that upcoming in the video. Now, your first real buy for items is going to be between these 2. It's really up to you. I personally like to go with this one because it gives you health, 200 health, and against these not tanky, but damage dealing junglers, Lee Sin, Rek'Sai, Kha'Zix, things that are going to beat you up, you need more health. You need to have some survivability. So picking up this is good. Plus it's giving you the regen, always great. Same thing goes for this though, mana regen, cooldown reduction. So if you feeling confident, you feel like I need to heal some people, need to have that mana, boom, that's your go-to. Both of those items build into Redemption. You're going to be a mobility boot with Redemption. That's it. That's all your champ's going to be. You're running around redemptioning, making sure your teammates just don't end and stay alive. And then just going down here for the full build. Redemption, Grail, those are going to be your first 2 items. Grail really just, it's like having a summoner heal on every single shield. As long as you hit like a Q or maybe an auto attack or 2, it's a free heal. It's great. Ardent Sensor, if you've got any champ that auto attacks, I recommend it. The only time I don't like building it is with Ezreal's. They usually like to Q a lot, but if you've got maybe an Aurelion mid, maybe a Kled top, anyone that can benefit from auto attacks, you want to build this item. And then Knight's Vow, just a great item to hold down your carries, make sure they take less damage, give you more health, more CDR, and a bit of armor. If you haven't noticed, this gives you MR, the other 2, not much resistances, so picking up some armor for yourself, really a great idea, which is why we've got a plethora of 6 item choices. We got some armor and magic resist here, same for this. We got some straight up magic resist, armor, and even some engage if you really need it, so. Alright guys, the long awaited pathing. You're gonna grab your items like I said earlier, and move right into your red side. So if I were on the other side, I'd obviously be up here, which is my preferred spot. I like to be up here because then you can grab this first crab. Usually junglers will try and go for this first crab, but you know, I like to be able to secure it with Ivern. Because of this path, you're gonna be at the crab basically when it spawns. So we're gonna just skip ahead here 30 seconds just to quicken it up. We got 25, so I'll use that 25 to tell you what's up. So usually people will try and go for this first crab when you're starting over here. If you happen to be against a Kindred, a Lee Sin, somebody that can hop this dragon wall real easily, I like to personally throw down the old normal ward right before my red spawns, just so if they do invade, I've got some defense, you know? So I'm gonna just drop that down now, just as it spawns, and to start just to use my passive oddness. So again, you're going to be starting red almost every time unless you get invaded, you know, something crazy happens. But yeah, you're gonna be using this path every time. And you're just going to head straight over to blue. You're going to be using the blast cone here. It's very important you have that blast cone up or else you won't be there when Scuttle spawns. So slap that as soon as you get there. Mark this up. You can drop this ward and start a pot while you're doing that. And again, it's about to spawn, and there it is. It's going to spawn right there. Boom. It has been alive for literally like 2 seconds. and it's gone. So you're going to have that there. You're going to have this ward, again, very important too. Some junglers like to start red, do an early gank topside. And remember, you're rotating through the jungle very quickly. Even though you're not clearing the camps, you're still marking them. And we've already secured that scuttle. At that point, if someone had started red, they'd only just be ganking top. So, again, you're moving pretty quick. And this ward, again, very important. By the time you get here, if someone does want to invade your blue, you will spot them, just as you get to about this point on the map. So again, if you're against and maybe something a little more passive that doesn't go for crabs, you could peek your head out and see if it's there. Most of the time though, I recommend just going straight to your golems and marking them up. A lot of people will, know that Ivern can't really secure the crab that well without smite, so they will just prioritize it, grab it, and get out of there. So getting that first crab up top right when it spawns is very important. But again, you get your golems, no big deal. We're on about half health right now, and we still haven't even cleared this part of our jungle. So again, another possible advantage you have against other weaker junglers, maybe something like a Mumu or something. You're going to be on pretty decent health here because of red buff. So we're going to be scooping up all of these camps. And there you have it. We are exactly 22% of the way to level 5, and we're on about 580 health. So good 3/4 of our health here. Now, since we're on this side of the map, red starting down here, we can get top, we can look for mid, maybe get some, vision up in here, whatever you want to do, but that's basically going to be your path for Ivern. Real simple, but definitely tricky. Always secures you at least one crab, which some junglers can have a problem doing. But yeah, real good stuff. I mean, 5th the way to level 5, you're sitting at about 950 in gold plus your 165 extra, so really sitting about 1100 gold here. Obviously this is without any ganks, any leeching, taxing you would do if you did pull off any ganks. But yeah, so that's really about it. Let me know what you think of the video, if it helps, if it hurts, whatever. Let me know about it, and yeah, thank you for watching.